What's going on? My name's Roman and welcome to Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. Now on today's episode I am bringing you a Disney Store exclusive. It is the Star Wars Elite Series Darth Vader. Now this thing is a 12-inch figure. It has 30 plus points of articulation, and our last figure, actually our last review, was also a 12-inch or a 1/6 scale figure. It was the Hot Toys Man of Steel MMS 200 Superman. Now that is a $300 to $350 figure at launch MSRP. This is not. This was $34.95 at the Disney Store. So although they are both 12-inch figures and they are very just as far as articulation goes, 30 plus points and just everything that Hot Toys gives you in Sideshow Collectibles, their Movie Masterpiece series. Very different things that we're going to be talking about, but I thought it'd be interesting to do back-to-back 12-inch figures just to see what is the difference in quality when you're talking about money. So this was a figure that I would get either way. It didn't matter if this was $3.95 or $39.95 or $395. It was something I'd be interested in, but to be honest, the $34.95 price point is enough of in between for me to feel like, okay, it's not a $10 figure, it's not a $20 figure, at the same time it's not a $50 or $60 or $80 figure like a Mezco or a Mafex. It's starting to kind of work its way in my mind to see where the steps are or what the ladder of figure quality is like. So let's go ahead and check out something I'd consider, I mean, as the tiers go up, it is a better figure. So tier 1 being stuff like Funko Pop, not really a figure. Things like Dorbs, kind of the more figurine, small statue-esque type thing. Working your way into like Marvel Legends and DC Multiverse and, you know, $20 figures. Power Ranger Legacy Collection. So this is the next step up the $30 figure range, $35. So it's between $30 and $40 figure. Look, every step you take up, there's a big difference in what you're getting. So right away, let's check out the packaging. So we see, what do we see? We see a really nice window. We see a set of extra hands, a lightsaber, you know, an ignited lightsaber and an unignited lightsaber right there. I have my hairband on my hand, excuse me. Forgot all about that. Here we have Darth Vader in the box. You can see it's the Rogue One version because you see the two, the Roby material coming down. 30 plus points of articulation, Star Wars Elite Series Darth Vader. Warning, small parts, not for children. Premium action figure. We will be the judge of that. Premium action figure on the side. Has this kind of chrome strip right here, really nice. Star Wars Elite Series Darth Vader. We'll get a close-up of the text. You can pause the video if you'd like. The other text below is just translated text, so you only really get your English text on top. And then we have all the partnerships, and then here we have the price tag, $34.95 Canada, $43.95. Nothing on the bottom. Slight window on the top, which I like. It allows light to come down. I like the box. It's kind of a basic box when you feel it in your hand. Things that we're opening now have magnets and doors and kind of like just like a richer display type when you're talking about the packaging. This is fine. I like this. I like open window stuff. I really like Hikari for that reason because you don't have to take them out to display them. But you know me, I'm Mr. Open the Box. So I'm also Mr. Wire in the Cape, and that's something that I do not expect at this price point. I did not expect at this price point. So taking it out of the box, real easy. This is what the rest of the packaging looks like, pretty bare. I go over packaging because that's something that matters when you're a collector. If you're in box or if you like to keep your boxes to display later on, you know, that's something that is going to matter. So right out of the box, Darth Vader looks really good against that red background. And I know this is a harder figure to see because he is dark. He's all black. Black on black on black. Very hard to see. Now I already undid the twist ties. The twist ties on this were not too difficult, but the thing that bothered me was that when I opened the figure, you know, I really liked it. But something I didn't like was that they put a black string through the cape, and oh gosh, I don't know if you can see, but like there's holes. Now there's all these little holes in the cape. And those white things are holes, and they're all over. It's on both sides. They laced this black string through the packaging. So this is kind of like a heavier cloth. I don't know exactly what it is. It is a heavy cloth though. We're gonna remove that side packaging for now. Alright, let's get a better look at this Darth Vader now. It is a 12-inch figure. I guess let's just go ahead and go straight for the close-ups. From the bottom up, the feet have toe pivot. It's not incredible toe pivot. You see there's a piece that sticks up, so if you go too far, it's gonna, you can get a bend, but if you want to be on the toe, you're gonna have to be up and over it, which is gonna be kind of impossible to do. There is somewhat of a ball joint here, but this piece kind of goes down over the ankle. There's a ridge up here for some forward movement. But other than that, it doesn't allow for much motion or much movement. We can move it down here. You can see what we're working with. Okay, so we have some forward and back movement. It is a ball joint, and you get some back and forth play, but it's kind of it's stiff because it's a new figure. So this is a really shiny, like rubber material. This is a faux leather going up the back of the pants. So not real leather, faux leather. And as far as I can tell, it's connected all the way up. You can do the splits. Let's look at the leg articulation. There is a double jointed knee, which is surprising. Double jointed knee is something I consider to be in like a higher quality figure. So you see, you get a regular knee bend there. And then once that bend is done, the second bend takes over. The bend's happening right there. So there's a bend here and a bend here. That's what we mean by double jointed knee. So very nice. So far they're trying with a foot, with a ball joint in the foot, the toe pivot, the double jointed knee, rotation at the waist. This is a ball joint. So ball joint at the hip. And there's also a hip rotation. It goes back about that far and forward about that far. So this is what you're getting on Ballerina Vader. That is completely from the side view. And that's as far forward as you're getting. So a pretty acrobatic pose for someone that doesn't do a whole lot of acrobatic stuff. There is this like rubber crotch piece. I don't really know what this is, like a sumo diaper. It has a little belt. It is its own floating piece. You can turn it. I guess I could turn it around if I didn't want to see it at all, but then it looks like really odd with those lines. So it's just going to stay like that. We have this belt. The belt also rotates independently. None of these things snap on and off, so if you take them off, it's your mistake. Don't do that. The rope pulls back. You can see more of the faux leather underneath, but I'm going to pull it forward because I don't want to kind of mess up the, I guess, like the depth from the shoulders and the chest going down. I want to keep that level the same. I also want that to be centered. This strap looks like it does go all the way around the chest, but when you get back here, you can't see it. I can feel it though. It is there. It's just hidden under this material. You can kind of see this line here of it going all the way around. Cape attached right here, only because it's being attached by, there's these little plastic things. So they really went crazy with the amount of plastic things they put in, but I kept a couple. I kept one on this side. You can see it right there. It's a little line. It's just like those things that hold the tags on t-shirts or anything that you buy at the store that's like a soft good. They put a lot of those in here, so there was a lot of clipping that had to be done before I could even get the figure out. It goes in a flat kind of sitting position, which will be great for looking at the upper half now. The upper half, oh, what's this? It's an unignited It's an unignited lightsaber, which is really cool. It has really nice detail on it. I mean, it's decently big. It's, you know, a couple little finger sections long. Has this little hook, and there's also a hook on the belt loop. I know I didn't point that out, and it was hard to see. But there it is. It sticks out on the side. And with this, you can just hook that on. Boom. Accessorizing Vader. So I'm going to take that off. And we also have the ignited lightsaber. We're going to save that for when it's time for that. Right off the bat, hands. I noticed that this one comes out really easily from the peg. This is really easily. You see me struggling here? This is easy. So that's easy compared to what the other hand is like. Now, this also comes off because on the second set of hands, it is, I believe, one piece. Like that. Kind of like a gauntlet piece. And this one is two pieces. It's like this rubber sheath, like that forearm piece. And there's two sides of the design. There's lines here that it's smooth or wrinkled but smooth. And then you have the hand, which is also the hard rubber. Hot Toys uses latex. This is definitely like a hard rubber. This isn't at all the same quality. However, the sculpt is very nice. It's very shiny, almost like a garbage bag. I don't know if it's too shiny for me. I really do like the faux leather that they use. They gave enough material to allow bend, and this is a double jointed elbow as well. You can kind of see it flattens out there, but the joint would be there and there. So here, the elbow can go down, and then you get the extension that happens right there. And that is what I mean by double jointed elbow. Not anything like Ripley, believe it or not. This is crazy gross. Come look at this. That's a different kind of double jointed. This sleeve is working up though, so I wonder if I can pull that forward before putting that on and kind of even it out. No, it still wants to bunch up. I'd have to use like tweezers or something to pull it through. So we're going to put that hand back on. I'm going to show you the other arm, and you'll see that that peg is a lot different. For this, for the same body, this guy is very different hands. Okay, did I not get depth on that? All right, exposed peg, peg hole. Let's do this. Come on. And this isn't easy on any figure. Changing hands on figures, period, is something I wish someone would come up with a better system for, because it's not good. It's not an ideal system. Because you struggle like you do, like I do, unless you don't, unless you're like good at this. Oh, did I just break his arm? Nope. All right, there we go. Looking at the chest, you see here we have a little shoulder flap, and that's just on a little joint right there. Light plastic that is. I feel like if I work that too much, that could fall off. You see I'm pulling the material all over, so you see the upper chest piece does go all the way through, but this material does line the side of it. Here, other side, we have shoulder movement. Shoulder goes all the way up. Forward and back. Shoulder is on a ball joint, so you get two ball jointed shoulders, double jointed elbows, which is, I mean, that's really nice. There is some hip flexion. I'm sorry, some torso flexion. Torso flexion, I'm sorry. Not hip flexion, torso flexion. So there is some torso flexion. It doesn't stay very well. I mean, I just don't feel like there's a solid joint in there, so I can't really tell. I know it's coming from the hips. That torso movement is, well, what do I feel? Okay, all right, here's what I feel. I feel that there's a joint right here. So there's a joint right there. As you can see, my thumb is holding that ab section straight. So there is a joint right there in the chest that allows for crunch. Now, looking at the chain on the cape, it's okay. It's nice. It definitely doesn't look as cheap as some chains. Like I said, I did keep these little tabs here. You can see them going through there. It kind of looks like the regular going to the store. And there's a tag on your shirt. It tells you how much it is. It is one of those things. If I took that off, the only thing that'd be keeping the cape on is the chain, and it would be constantly hugged around the neck like a choker. So some advice, if you do pick this figure up, keep these things on. There's one on this side as well that's keeping it floating. And yeah, that's not being a choker. You can see that it's getting worked up under the neck, but it is trying to float loosely. Trying. Head goes all the way around. Head sculpt is nice. I do like it. Some Vaders look kind of silly and overly round. I think this one looks really good. The neck looks a little bit bulky. It's hard to see. It is plastic. A lot of this is plastic, faux leather, so that it wasn't super expensive to make. Not that a lot of figures are. I think when you're thinking heavy, you're thinking of like a thicker plastic or maybe die cast. This does have a little bit of metal, but it's really nice for what it is at the price point. It's a 12-inch figure, really cool. The head is on a ball joint, but as you can see, the neck is so long, it really inhibits your ability to use that ball joint. You go to wiggle it around and the neck cavity is up to here. So really you get like some play just because you're working against the neck front and back that you're not supposed to. And then you get a nice rotation, which if anything, if the only thing you take from it is that it gets nice rotation because of the ball joint, then that's really nice. Because you can look that way, you can look, I mean, just, it's good. Again, Darth Vader isn't a, you know, not a Spider-Man, not a Bruce Lee, not a hand-to-hand combat, not acrobatic flipping, jumping, really just being in charge and using some force chokes and this red lightsaber. So let's get to the red lightsaber. I believe, oh, here it is. It's still in the packaging. Hold on 1 second. Alright, I'll show you red lightsaber. Boom. So here we had red lightsaber, and red lightsaber is actually pretty long. So it is the exact same lightsaber. There's a little bump right here. They both have a little bump. I mean, it's exactly the same. This one might be painted a little better. And then this is a clear, it's like a semi-translucent plastic. It's not completely clear. It's hard to see through. You have to put it directly to a light. But it's semi-translucent. It also has a little hook there. Again, it's exactly the same as the other lightsaber. It just has, this one's just ignited, the other one is not. It's pretty long. Spans across, you know, from pinky tip to thumb, almost entire hand length. Where's my tape measure? I could have swore I just had it. Is my pocket? No. Oh, there it is. So now that we've looked at the figure top to bottom, we'll pose it a little bit. We'll take a look at the extra hands. The extra hands, again, are something that are going to be a little bit difficult. Let me take them out. I've never taken the extra hands out, so this is really my first look at the extra hands. I try to look at stuff before I show it to you so I know just how it works. I don't want to waste a bunch of time figuring it out in front of you. I want to be able to tell you how it works. Okay, so interestingly enough, I was wrong about the second set of hands. They are also cuffs. Smooth on one side, and these are different because they're all the way smooth, and then these hands are both kind of reaching out. So So this one is really the hand that has the wrinkle in here, and the other one is smooth. So it's really interesting that they're going that route. Okay, so hand off. It's done. Hand is off. Sleeve off. Let's go ahead and switch it for... I'm just going to guess on the sleeves. I'm just going to guess that this one goes here. It looks right. Hands, you don't have to guess. Thumbs are the dead giveaway. Let's go ahead and try to connect that. But then we can't hold the lightsaber, and I was just about to show you some lightsaber. Man, and with new hands, the peg hole sometimes isn't very big, so like that's a pretty small peg hole, and it doesn't want to go in, so you can use things like hot water, blow dryer, heat gun, in some cases even a drill. Gosh, that is really difficult, and this is just something across the board with figures that have interchangeable hands, especially like this. That is difficult. I am noticing here on this finger, though, it's looking an awful lot like a paint error. Sure is. There's like some gold? There's like some gold right here on his thumb. Hard to see, but yeah, it's there. Okay, so taking that sleeve off. Do I have the wrong sleeve? The sleeve's really working that back, so just so you know, that's happening. Not easy to change the hands out, but these hands aren't doing anything exciting, anything really different than what the other hand is doing. I think the hands that it comes with are the better set. I think they just were looking for something to throw in. Honestly, if this only came with the one set and more accessories, I don't know what else it would come with, but I would be down with that. So now the whole mission is just trying to get this hand back on the peg, which looks like we've almost completely done. Okay. Man, Darth Vader. And again, this is a $34.95 figure, not a $299 figure, as in $299. It's not a $49.99 figure. This is a $34.95 figure, and you know, it really is geared towards having that 3 in the front, so people consider that in the $30 range. Even when it says $39.99, they take the penny off to make us think it's a deal. This one, as far as articulation, all right, really quick, it stands up. It stands up nice. Accessories, we have the 2 cuffs that are on it, the 2 hands that are on it. The head comes off, that's not really an accessory. We have these 2 additional cuffs, 2 additional hands, which are just like regular reaching out hands. And then the hands that are on it, which are the lightsaber holding hand, and then I like to say like the force grab hand, where it's just like, you can see there. Alright, so let's take a look at lightsaber. Also, got the tape measure. How long is lightsaber? Well, let's see. Actually, don't know how long lightsaber is. Whoa. 8 inches of lightsaber. It's a big lightsaber, which means it's 2 inches of handle and 6 inches of lightsaber. So that's half of a foot of lightsaber right there, which stands true because it's more than halfway tall, and the figure itself from bottom to top. I mean, right at about 12 inches. I know the angle you're at doesn't look so, but it's at that line just under 12 inches. Oh, man. So 12-inch figure, 8-inch lightsaber. Better have room for this in your collection. With the double jointed arm or the double jointed elbow, you can achieve a lot of really cool poses. Very nice helmet detail. I think this figure is absolutely worth it. why is it not a Hot Toy? Hot Toy does have this Darth Vader, and it is much, much more impressive. This is an impressive figure. For the price point, I think this is an A. A B plus or an A. For the price point at $34.95, I say get it. If it goes on sale, definitely get it. Disney Store exclusive, faux leather, 30 points of articulation, toe pivot, ball joint, rotation in the hip, double jointed knee, ball joint in the knee, cloth cape, second set of hands, ball joint, second set of cuffs, more faux leather, independent belt, independent sumo diaper, really good head articulation. I like the chain. I think the packaging is it has a good window on it. It comes with 2 lightsabers, and this one can even attach to the hip. So yeah, I like it. 12-inch figure, 8-inch lightsaber, extra pieces that come with it, Disney Store exclusive. My newest, you know, I want to call it a 1/6 scale, but I think Darth Vader, I heard somewhere that Darth Vader is 6'8". So he would still need to be a little bit bigger, but you know, for 12-inch figure, the Star Wars Elite series from Disney, premium figure format, really good. I really like it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a figure I recommend. At the price point, I think that it's worth it. You get what you pay for, and I like this better than some of the 6-inch Star Wars figures, that's for sure. And I like the 6-inch figures. I think they are easier to display. I have more 6-inch figures. This guy's just really dark. It's very hard to see. The cape, hard cloth, nothing super special. You see there's material all up the back, and that's why you can see zero detail on his back, because there's all that cape, and then all the detail is under there. So Darth Vader, little roby gown, cape, there's a tag back there, but that's going to be easy to cut off. Again, just toe pivot, but it did, you know, nice idea, poor execution. They needed to shave that down just a little bit and attach it further back. Not bad, not bad at all. So our last figure, very expensive that we reviewed, Hot Toys Movie Masterpiece Series, Superman. This figure, still, I mean, $35 to $40. I mean, it's closer to $40 once you pay tax, and that's not cheap. You know, for an extra $10, $15, you're talking about Mayfax. And then for an extra $15, $20 on top of that, you're talking about Mezco. And then and it just keeps going. So, what do you think? I know what I think. I'd buy this figure again here on Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. Now, if you want to discuss this figure, if you want to buy this figure, comment below, and I'd love to interact with some people over all the videos, not just this one. So go back, watch through the library of videos. I'm constantly telling people about the videos and hoping that you guys get interested and even just start a conversation. If it's something that you wouldn't buy, what would you change to buy it? Now, sound effects, I'm good without the sound effects. At this price point, I really do like this figure. A 12-inch figure, 8-inch lightsaber, accessories, hands, posability, articulation. It looks great, it's going to display very well, and nobody has to know it's not a Hot Toy. I'm not going to try to pass it off as one. I just think it's a really nice, well-rounded collectible. So, thank you for watching here on Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. I'm going to go ahead and give you some shots of the box. Big clear open window. The background of that being just, you know, red. The hand piece is up there. It did fall down. It was housing the hands. And I do like when they mold the packaging so you can put it back very specifically. So, yeah, that's it here on Roman Rose Collectible Coliseum. Thank you for watching. Let me know, is this a figure you pick up? This was a Disney Store exclusive. So just thank you for all the likes, subscribes, and comments that you have put forth. And I look forward to bringing you the next video. So peace, love, and keep on collecting.